Making space for your own feelings so they don't leak on your kids. Have you ever noticed yourself snapping at your child over something small, and then, moments later, you realize it had nothing to do with them? Maybe it's been a hard day. The stress just kept piling up, and suddenly, it all bursts out right when your child needs you to be calm. You find yourself thinking, why did I react like that? This, right here, is a silent truth so many parents live with. When we don't make space for our own feelings, those big emotions find a way to escape, often right into our family life. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, you're going to learn what no one ever talks about: how your emotional health is the foundation of your child's emotional safety. And, by the end of this video, you'll have simple, healthy ways to tend to your feelings so they don't accidentally leak onto your kids. If you already feel a sense of relief just hearing that you're not alone in this, please like this video right now, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and comment with your child's age below. Let's create a community where honest emotions are safe and supported. Let's talk about why this happens. Most of us grew up learning that good parents put on a strong face, push through, and don't let their feelings get in the way of family life. Maybe there wasn't much room in your childhood home for adult feelings. Or maybe you saw big feelings not handled well: yelling, silence, tension that sat heavy in every room. As a result, we grew up believing that our own feelings should be hidden, minimized, or saved for later. But here's the secret. Feelings don't stay hidden. They are like water behind a dam. If you don't make regular, gentle space for them, pressure builds, and eventually, they break through, usually at the worst possible time. There's actually brain science behind this. Our emotional lives are not separate from parenting, they're at the core of it. When you're stressed, your nervous system gets activated, your body speeds up, your patience shrinks, and you're more likely to react rather than respond. Young children's brains are like little sponges, wired to absorb not just what we say, but the tone we use and the atmosphere we create. If we are overwhelmed and tense, they feel it even if we never raise our voice. This isn't about being a perfect parent, but about being an aware one. In fact, it's much better for your child's brain and heart if you can notice, name, and tend to your feelings than if you try to fake calmness or bottling everything up. You become their first teacher in what to do with big feelings, simply by showing how you care for your own. This is not a message about guilt. You are not a bad parent if you've ever lost your cool or said something you regret. All parents have moments when their own emotions bubble over, especially if you're carrying stress, old pain, or chronic pressure. What matters is what you do next. Do you let those feelings rule the day, or do you start to practice emotional hygiene, the daily tending to your own feelings so they lose their explosive power? Emotional hygiene simply means giving your feelings a safe place to go so their weight doesn't fall on your children's shoulders. Let's get practical. When it comes to emotional hygiene, think of it like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. It's a simple, regular practice that keeps things clear rather than letting them build up. The first step is to make gentle space in your day to notice your own feelings. This can be just 1 or 2 quiet minutes, perhaps right before your child wakes up or after bedtime routines are done. Close your eyes and notice, what am I feeling? Are there worries, frustrations, sadness, or even joys that I haven't acknowledged? Sometimes the simple act of slowing down and naming your feelings calms your system and gives you just enough pause to choose how you want to respond, rather than reacting out of habit. Second, journaling is one of the most powerful, private ways to hold your feelings. Try writing a few lines each day about what's on your heart without judgment or trying to solve everything. Even a single note in your phone after a tough moment can help. The act of writing slows your racing thoughts and makes your feelings feel less overwhelming. Over time, you may notice patterns. Maybe certain situations or triggers always bring out the same kinds of reactions. By seeing these patterns on paper, you gain wisdom and the power to make different choices next time. The third pillar is reaching out to trusted adults. The parenting journey is not meant to be traveled alone. If you have a friend, sibling, or relative who is emotionally safe, a person who can listen without jumping in to fix everything, make it a practice to connect. Sometimes A 10-minute chat or even a voice note sent to a friend can release that pressure before it turns into anger or tears in front of your kids. And if you don't have someone like that yet, you're not alone. Many parents are hungry for real connection. Support groups, online communities, or even parenting forums can help you remember you're part of a wider village. Let's not ignore professional help. So many parents wait until things feel unmanageable before getting support. But you don't have to be in crisis to see a counselor or therapist. Sometimes just knowing you have a regular, dependable place to bring your big feelings changes how you show up at home. Therapy is not about fixing you, it's about making space for your story, so you're not forced to carry so much alone. In fact, taking care of your emotional health is one of the greatest gifts you'll ever give your child because you're breaking old cycles and building something new. Right here, I want you to pause and really notice. There is no shame in having feelings. There is no weakness in asking for help. When you practice emotional hygiene, holding your feelings with kindness, finding outlets that work for you, and leaning into support, you build resilience for yourself and for your child. If this part hits home, share one of your own safe outlets in the comments, or just let us know you're working on this. Your simple share could help another parent realize they're not alone, and it reminds all of us that caring for ourselves is powerful, not selfish. Imagine for a moment what happens when you make even a little bit of space for your own feelings each day. The next time your child has a meltdown or pushes your buttons, you find you have a small pocket of extra patience. You can breathe, you can respond instead of react. And when you do lose it, and you will, sometimes you'll be able to apologize, repair, and move forward, teaching your child the lifelong gift of owning feelings and making things right. Over time, your home becomes a place where emotions are safe, not scary. Your children grow up learning that feelings are signals, not threats, and that it's okay to ask for help when they're struggling. This is how we build emotional intelligence, not just in our kids, but for ourselves. Emotional hygiene isn't about erasing bad days or never feeling overwhelmed. It's about shifting the pressure so it doesn't fall in the places where it hurts most. It's about showing your child, through your actions, that feelings deserve attention, not fear, not shame, but gentle care. That's how you become the parent your child needs, not by being perfect, but by being real, responsible, and always growing alongside them. Before we wrap up, I'd love for you to take just one idea from today, whether it's journaling for 5 minutes after bedtime, texting a friend who will really listen, or simply naming your feeling aloud, and try it this week. And if you found insight here, please like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and share in the comments one safe outlet that helps you process your own feelings. If you want to keep exploring how to raise emotionally intelligent, confident kids, check out our next video on what to do when your child says, "I hate you," because those words are always about feelings, not love. You're not alone on this path, and every small step you take in caring for yourself is a giant leap for your children. Remember, making space for your own feelings is how you teach your kids that all emotions are welcome and safe in your family.